I promised you guys that I will post another update about my journey wearing Invisalign and correcting my teeth, and so here we are today. Today's video is a continuation of the previous video, so if you haven't watched the previous video, please go watch it. And it's about my journey wearing Invisalign, like I talked about before. So today I want to provide a quick update about how the entire about 5 months journey has been for me wearing Invisalign and so forth. I kind of talked about what made me make that decision and how everything went in the previous video. So if you haven't watched that, maybe you want to check that out. It's a video before this one, so right below. And also answer some of your questions that you asked me that I have written down, because usually when I just use my brain, I forget a lot of things. Anyways, like I said in the previous video, I made an appointment and I did a 3D scan, and after that I was contacted by email to confirm that I was eligible for Invisalign, or that for treatment plan basically. And then I got my Invisalign. Like I said in the previous video, the results from the 3D scan I used to produce your Invisalign, which are produced in the dental lab, not the dentistry lab. Goodness me, dentistry is what people study who become dentists, so forgive my brain, but yes, in the dental lab they produce your Invisalign and then you start the journey. The first day when I started wearing the Invisalign, I was very excited, as usual. Like when I did this, I couldn't wait for my rails to arrive. I was really pumped, and I didn't know how it would look like, but with the dental clinic that I was using, they have an app. So the results of the 3D simulation are in the app. So in the 3D simulation in the app, I was able to see what my teeth would look like at what stage. So for example, for me, the first 3 stages were pretty much nothing was happening. Let's see, was it week 1? I had to wear them for 1 week. Week 2, I had to wear them for 1 week as well. So the first 2 weeks were I just remember that I felt a bit of discomfort, because it was the first time, I was wearing them, so it's very, very normal, and it was uncomfortable. I wasn't sure if I could speak the next day. I remember saying I don't know if I can speak for the entire time I'll be wearing this, because it's so uncomfortable. And I didn't have any difficulty inserting them in my teeth. It was just a bit of pressure on my teeth, but that was it. And then it was just super normal. So stage 1 and 2, very easy. Stage 3 was okay as well. So that's the first 4 weeks, totally fine. The 4th stage was hard, because this is the first time the teeth were actually moving, so the gap was closing. So it was according to the 3D simulation, you could see that your teeth were going to the gap was going to reduce up to a certain a small extent, and so I was I don't know, I had gotten used to wearing them, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be all the other stages, it's super easy. What is this even, is it working? And then I put the 4th stage. That one was hard. I remember saying, you know what, I'm going to flush them down the toilet and walk away from this, it's not too late. It was so painful, and it was so painful, it was so uncomfortable. I couldn't speak the entire night. It was I I don't know, I felt like I could feel my teeth moving. I could feel like the gap closing. It's funny that I speak about it now and I have a smile on my face, but like that night, I was like, no, I am done. I'm done with this. I'm flushing them down the toilet. But then after like a period of 3 days, I was really, really scared. And there's like a Facebook WhatsApp group with a Facebook WhatsApp group. Goodness me. There's a Facebook group. Since you have to do the treatment for yourself, kind of, there's like a group of other like patients or other people who you know, like who have either been under the same clinic or are also on the same journey as you. So I remember like asking for the first time, I texted in the Facebook group and I was asking like, does anyone know or have any experience with this particular stage, because I feel like I'm gonna die. And a lot of people had similar experiences, but I think it's because the first like 3 stages are kind of preparing your teeth and preparing you for the final push, like for the first push. And so in this moment, I did realize that. I was just like, oh my goodness, like why is it so weird? But after like 3 days, I think I got used to it. I could speak a bit more comfortably, and the pain was a bit less. And then the other stages again, like kind of slow down. It's like you do the 1 week, at least for me, it kind of was. I would do like 1 week. Like, let's say if I wore stage 1 for 1 week, I would switch to stage 2 for 1 week, stage 3 for 2 weeks, and then the push. And then stage, let's say 5, 1 week, stage 6, 1 week, stage 7, 2 weeks, no, yeah, whatever. I could also have a look. What am I doing? Okay, let's say step. They're not even stages, they're steps. Goodness me. So it was like 1 week, 2 weeks, and then the stage where your teeth actually move. Then again, another step for 1 week, another step for 2 weeks, and then the stage where it moves. And what I really liked about the app is you were able to check a change in your teeth or in your situation or not. And at the end of the entire journey, like the 3D simulation shows you how your teeth should look at the end, or how they should look after what particular stage, and so forth. And then the other thing is you have to, like after a stage where your teeth actually move, do they move? Yes. After they move, you have to take pictures, and then you can upload them on the app, and then somebody, a dentist or a professional, whoever is controlling this, can actually check to see if everything is going well. And then the dentists are also available for, you know, like, I don't know, if you have a problem, you can call and so forth. The question is, how did each stage feel? Each stage was different. I must say, like, all the stages where like my teeth actually had to move and the gaps were closing were definitely very tough, but it wasn't the pain of, I think after you went through the very, very fast surprise, which was for me, I think like step 4, everything else was like not really a surprise. It was like, okay, this is because they're moving. There was an explanation for it, but I think like at first I didn't have an explanation. It was like kind of a surprise. So every stage felt different, and I think I made videos. I think I should have like 12 videos of every stage and how I felt, and I kind of talked about that. The other thing I want to talk about is the cost. Braces or Invisalign would never really be a thing for me to afford, I feel, and I think it's expensive. You would determine for yourself what expensive means depending on how you financially stand, to be honest. But I think like for me, in general, like braces, Invisalign, they're all expensive, but is it something doable? I think that for me, I felt like it was something doable, especially because there were different rates and I didn't have to pay all the money at once. So the way it works is depending on your situation. It could be like the light, it could be light, it could be middle, it could be complex. So if it's very complex, the price is definitely, you know, like higher. If it's middle, it's also like higher. And then if it's like light, then if you don't have so much to correct, then it's not as expensive. The rates for this dental clinic, I think, started from about 26 euros a month or 30, around there. I'm not very sure. And again, depending on your situation, and you also have the freedom or the liberty to choose which payment rate works for you. So you could choose, let's say, like if you're paying 26 euros a month per month, then you could do this for about maybe like 4 years or something. And so it's also like depending on that. And I took the plan that where I pay 73 euros per month, and it's for 3 years, so till 2023, which is very much workable for me because like I'm also not going anywhere, so unless I die, but hopefully I won't die soon, so I can still pay that without having to give out a huge sum every month. I mean, it's a lot, but it's also like something doable, especially if something is worth it. So I pay that per month, and I think in November 2023 I should be done. Of course, if you're paying for a longer period of time, you definitely pay a bit more as compared to someone who is paying all at once. So there's the option of also paying all at once if you have the money. I didn't have the money, so I couldn't pay all at once, and so this worked out for me. But then in the end, it's like you pay a bit more. It's like when you sign a contract for, I don't know, a smartphone, if it's like 1 million and you're paying in rates, you end up paying, you know, a bit more as compared to if you had bought it all at once. But I would say, like, if you're someone who also doesn't have all the money but find this important for you to do, then like why not? The pros of braces, I don't know, I wouldn't be the expert to talk about this. Like, I'm not very informed, or I've never worn braces before, so I cannot say this is the advantage of Invisalign over braces. But I will only speak for Invisalign, which is, somebody asked if it's worth it. I will tell you that it's worth it. I think like the end goal is something that makes it worth it. If you want, if you're not comfortable with how your teeth look or with your smile at the moment and you want to change that, then the journey is worth it for you to achieve that. Is it effective? I have worn Invisalign for about, how many weeks? Not 6 weeks. 6 weeks is a little time. I forgot how long. How long? 16 weeks. 16. My entire plan was for 16 weeks. But again, that is really depending on the complexity of your situation. Like, I had like 2 gaps, like I said before, up and down, and this is all that had to be done. But like, everybody's situation is different. I don't know how to explain that. So your plan is really depending on how complex your situation is. But is it effective? Honestly, it is. Like, I already started seeing results like from, I think as soon as stage 4 started, I was like, this is something that's definitely working. And if you look at my old videos, you can see that there was still, you could still see my gap or my gaps, but they were not that visible. It was already like happening, and that was only like maybe the 2nd month or something. So it's very effective from my personal experience, but it also depends on your situation. Like, I think like maybe some situations need braces, and then others are doable by just Invisalign. And the beauty is, not everybody has to know that you're wearing it. I mean, when I told people that the first time, they were quite surprised, because until I say that, because for me it was awkward when I was speaking. I felt like it was really awkward. And I remember, like, at first when I would speak, I would feel like saliva was filling up in like inside them because of my gaps as well. And so I'd be like, sorry, I cannot speak properly because I'm wearing Invisalign. And I'd be like, what? Are you for real? Like, I did not realize. Now that you mentioned, I can tell. Like, they would move closer to see, but before that they could not tell. So I think, like, that also gives it a bit of an advantage over braces. The other advantage I would say Invisalign has over braces is the fact that you can always take them out and then put them back in again. And I don't think that's the case for braces. I'm not the expert, but from what I have also seen with, like, my friends who had braces, it was really never the case. But for me, it was more a thing of I can take them out if I want to eat and then put them back in. You just have to clean your teeth. And that's why I had that toothbrush to walk around in a bag. When it comes to hygiene, I would say, like, it's really hygienic in the sense that, at least, like, for me, I had to wear my Invisalign for a maximum of 22 hours a day. So that's like day and night. And meaning I had like 2 hours in between of flexibility. So I would take them out, like, to have breakfast, brush my teeth, put them back in, do the same for when I'm gonna have lunch, put them back in, and then dinner. So at first I was very strict with that, because it was also just, like, very annoying to keep, like, taking them out and putting them back in. So I only did that. I strictly did breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for the first time, I wasn't eating, like, in between. And I remember somebody told me, oh my gosh, you're going to lose so much weight because of this. The way people think, which maybe, I don't think I lost any weight or anything happened, like, in between that was, like, drastic or whatever. It's just that I had limited periods of time to eat, and I was kind of, like, controlling myself. Like, I remember I started this thing where I was like, I'm gonna be having dinner at 8. So no matter what, whether I was hungry, like, at 6 or something, I was like, I'm not taking out my Invisalign, brushing my teeth, putting them back in again, and then being hungry again, and then having to do the same thing. So I would wait, like, till 8 p.m. and then just have, like, dinner. But, like, yeah, I think that's, like, an advantage, the fact that you can take them out and put them back in. And maintaining them is pretty easy, in my opinion. I mean, they don't always look as white as when you get them the first time, because, yeah, clearly, like, common sense, but they're easy to clean. Like, sometimes I just use, like, the toothbrush. I'll show you guys. I would use the toothbrush. You see, they don't look so clean, but I'll use a toothbrush and clean them, like, just in between, and then clean them with water and wear them again. So that's how I did that. You can't really drink hot drinks when you have your Invisalign in, because it's plastic, common sense. So yeah, you don't want them to expand or mess them up. Coffee, nope. Caffeine, nope. Not when you have your Invisalign in. You can drink it before, but no caffeine. So I was caffeine free. I'm not really, like, a caffeine person, so it doesn't really matter. It didn't affect me at all. Sugars, like chocolate, sweets, you can't do that, because first of all, I mean, you have to brush your teeth. But then the other thing is, if you do that and then you don't brush your teeth, then you get cavities and whatever. And who is the expert of that? Right here. Anyways. So that's what I would say about hygiene. Maintaining them is pretty easy, in my opinion. And, like, for my case, I also had that box over there. Okay, so you also have that box, so when you take them out, you don't have to put them everywhere. You can just put them in there, put them in there, put them in there, and then close it. There you have your Invisalign. That's what I wanted to show you guys. yeah. Oh, somebody said, I have read some reviews and based on those, it says braces are more effective than Invisalign. Based on your experience, what do you think? And I think I've answered that question. Like, I'm not the expert with braces, but from my experience wearing Invisalign, I think it's worth it. For me, it was worth it and very effective. Many videos, she said, many videos talk about braces. She had seen many videos talking about braces in the Western world, but in Germany, most of them are in German. So maybe English videos would be a great idea. Hello, here I am doing one. So I hope this can be helpful. These have been all my rails. I put all of them back in here just in case. Germany is a country of paperwork. You never know when you need what. Yeah. And so yeah, I got my retainers like 2 weeks ago. So the final thing that I wanted to say is, once you finish your treatment plan and everything has gone well, you have to order for retainers. Well, you have to order for them before your plan ends, at least like a month, because they have to produce them, like I said, like in the dental lab, and then send them to you. So you have to order for those. That's like an extra maybe 80 euros or something. At least for me, that's how much it cost. And if you're wondering like how much the entire, like my entire treatment plan was, when I finished, they asked me to wear my retainers for 2 more weeks, and then I can only wear them for bedtime. So I've been wearing them during the day as well. Even right now I have them in. Don't zoom in. And then I will just be wearing them for bedtime, which means like my entire plan is done. And then I personally just have other things that I want to fix, like with my teeth, but the gaps are all gone, and that's very exciting. And so now we kind of will move on to the next thing. Some other people use like a wire. If you don't want retainers, there's the option of using a wire that's like kind of permanently put in your teeth to kind of hold them together. The purpose of a retainer is that the same way the Invisalign was able to move your teeth from the position where they were before to where they are now, it means they could easily like move back. It doesn't mean they'll move back maybe to like what they were before, but it's just, yeah, to keep them like together again. So I have to wear a retainer for bedtime, which is a thing that I don't know if people who wear braces, who do the treatment with braces, if they have to wear retainers after. But for Invisalign, you kind of have to. So it's like a lifelong journey. So I always have to wear like Invisalign when I go to sleep, or retainers when I go to sleep. But it's perfect. Honestly, I've been feeling naked without Invisalign. It's so weird. At the very first, like at the very beginning, I thought, oh my god, this is so weird, I can't wait for this to be over. Right now, when I finish eating something, because I'm used to, when you finish eating, you brush your teeth and then you put back your Invisalign, and then this is your life. Right now, I don't have to do that, and it's so weird. Like, I also catch myself just putting them back in because I'm used to that. They're my best friend. We're like tight. Oh, the thing that happened with my teeth is, so according to the 3D simulation, I could see that the gaps will close, like the front gaps will close, but then I'd have like gaps here, like here. So if you look at my teeth, if I smile, I have like a gap here and there. But you know what's funny? I find this cute. I don't know why. It's weird. I find them cute. It's because they only moved a few, like I think maybe 6 of the upper ones. I think maybe like 6 of the upper ones or 12 of the upper ones, and then a few of the bottom, no, 6 of the upper ones and 12 of the bottom ones. So this is why I ended up with space like here. So the gaps are kind of like on this side. It's like the price you pay. but I love them. I think they're really cute. I don't know why. I'm really into them, like, yeah. So maybe there's that as well. I don't think this happens with everyone. It's really depending on your situation, and I am fine with that. So if they send you that 3D simulation and you think this is like something that you want to go for, then just go ahead and, you know what, start the journey. Like I said, it could be worse, you know. And yeah, and this is not a paid video, it's just me sharing my journey with you guys and hoping maybe somebody out there who wants a recommendation finds this like helpful. Anyways, thanks guys for watching my video. I love you so much. Thanks for the support. The support is insane, and you guys are doing this. I love it. I love the energy you're giving me. I love that you've given me this platform. You know, it could easily go south, but you guys have stuck with me, and I'm very grateful for that. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. If this video or any of my videos have interested you, then this is a place for you to stay. And turn on the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post my videos. As usual, I will be posting my videos, of course, every Thursday, but yeah, just to be informed on time, and share my videos so everybody else can also watch. And I love you. And if you're considering getting Invisalign, I think it's worth it. I think like it could be worse, but yeah.